Oh no, it has begun.
I'll bring Rascal. She's
Okay.
good.
Oh yeah, I forgot that all of you are on a different splash page.
I didn't know that there was a prerequisite that they met.
I just like how the stream is starting with like, okay, 15 minutes late, and the stream starts, and then you choose which character you're bringing.
Hush. I just forgot how much dice she has in the social things. It's like everything is 12 or higher.
She is a face.
Yeah.
That's her job.
That is really useful, actually. Like, how many faces do we have?
There's Moose.
Not many.
Oh,
All right,
Cherrick
everyone.
hasn't met Rascal either. So,
Everyone ready?
Yep.
yep.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's unfortunate. No, where we are.
Okay, now I'm ready.
Okay, cool. All right. I'm gonna take a leap of faith. Okay, yeah, this is the song. Okay, so it is a what month is it?
5th month.
The 5th. Okay,
The third week of the 5th month.
You can just say May.
I could if I knew the pattern of months by heart.
Yes, so it is May. It's a rainy day in Seattle. And what are all of you doing on the 26th day of the 5th month?
It is the third week, yes.
Third week, yeah.
Probably tending to her animals and or customers. What time is it?
It's 11 a.m.
Yeah, she's at work.
Okay, cool. What about Killjoy?
I have to check something.
Okay, I'll get back to you. John and Kirsch. What are John and Kirsch doing?
Probably. Is this what day is it?
Let's say it's Monday.
Yeah, they're probably just waking up now.
Okay.
That's the nice thing about being unemployed, except for shooting people, is that you really don't have to keep a regular schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Rascal works till like noon or 1 or 2 after look at her schedule.
Yeah. So all of you get a call.
Huh?
And it's from a woman that 2 of you know. You get a call from Miss Lavilla.
Yeah, I answer it. Let's go with a non-complicated issue of me being in the middle of some doctoral stuff.
Okay.
I answer the phone.
Hello, Rascal.
Hello. How can I help you?
I have a
Well, first she's going to say, hello, welcome to such and such, name of her clinic. How can I help you?
I have a an interesting job I need taken care of.
Okay, when can I schedule that for?
Can you come over tonight?
That sounds wonderful.
All right. I'll see you at the Foundation at, let's say, 7.
Absolutely. Have a great day.
Do either of you like ask anything or do anything besides the normal pleasantries?
Alright, so at that time, in this time of the year, Killjoy just got to bed.
Okay.
She is nocturnal.
So yeah, they all like just as you're closing your eyes, you get a phone call.
Yes?
Hello. Is this Killjoy?
Yes.
Hi. I have a job that needs taken care of.
What time?
Do you know your way to the Draco Foundation?
That's
No.
not a time at all.
It's all right. It shouldn't be too hard to find. I'll see you at 7.
I suppose.
All right, and she'll send you directions after you hang up. And finally, Jean.
I presume you're gonna contact him the same way as you did before via email.
Yeah. If that's your preferred method of contact, then that's how she does it.
Yeah, normally John likes to keep things with some degree of separation. He doesn't
Yeah.
really take direct comm calls. But yeah, he'll what does email say?
Just says, dear John and Kirsch, I I have a job for you. It'll take you out of the city for a while. If you could get back to me, I'm meeting with some other runners later this evening.
When John checks his mails, which is generally the first or second thing he does in the morning, he'll send back it'll be very terse, but basically you can expect us at what time? Did it list the time?
Yes, it's 7.
Right, you can expect us at 7, followed by the line. I presume our previous agreement is still in effect.
Of course. And yeah, that's just like a one-line thing that she sends back.
In that case, John will just send back we'll be there, and then cut the line.
All
Be
right.
square.
So later that night, it's still raining. It's I assume you all make it to the courtyard of the building.
And it is still daylight hours.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. For future reference.
but it's also like overcast and raining and shit.
But it is still daylight hours.
It is, yes. That is a fact.
So, Rascal's schedule is 6 to 12 on Monday to Friday, and 6 to 1 on Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
Um,
Go ahead.
I guess John will show up probably about a half hour early, like usual. Since both he and Kirsch are pretty familiar with this place at this juncture, they've been here before. With a general idea of what to expect, they're just going to enter the Draco Foundation and go to the receptionist.
Okay.
John will wait to get her attention, and once he has it, he'll simply say, "We're here to see Miss Lavilla."
Right. What time did you say you get there?
Usually about a half an hour beforehand.
Okay. She'll just ask you to wait in the lobby.
And that'd probably be around the same time Killjoy would be getting there.
Okay.
15 minutes early for Rascal.
All right. So yeah, you all trickle in. And a couple minutes after 7, the elevator opens up, and a couple people walk out. Just like some suits, and then like they say their goodbyes to someone behind them, and then as they leave, you see Lavilla, and she walks towards you all.
Hello.
Ah, hello. I hope that none of you had trouble getting here.
Nope. This place is pretty easy to find, after all.
Very well. Or very good, not very well.
Very well.
We'll have to move it.
Oh,
Oh, there's
go
one
ahead.
thing I forgot to mention. If anyone's familiar with John, they'll notice that he got a new haircut. God, what's it called? Where it's cut really, where it's almost buzzed down on the sides, and then his hair is cropped at the
undercut?
top. Yeah, so yeah, like that. And if you look
Fucking
really
hipster.
close, if you look really closely, you're going to you'll notice that there's a large patch of slightly paler than normal skin on the side of his head.
Okay.
Something.
Miss Lavella looks towards you and just I keep wanting to say Jean and not John.
Jean.
John Kirsch, it's a pleasure to see you again. As she leads all of you to the elevator.
Doesn't say that to Rascal.
Oh wait, has Rascal?
I don't know.
Rascal was at the charity drive, but like
Yes.
they never met.
Yeah,
each
They
other.
met. They met at
You're her
the
mom.
yeah.
Remember?
We were at the bar or the club where you had to pretend to be Rascal's mom,
Where I had to.
or Siren had to pretend. To be
Yeah, Siren, but you've never met Lavilla.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, she leads you all to the elevator. She punches in a couple numbers, does like some biometric scans, and then hits floor 16.
Oh, I need to get my logic and intuition ready.
And there's some like pleasant but like grating elevator music as y'all stand in the elevator.
Oh, Rascal's leadership is 11. It's not quite 12.
How slow is the elevator going?
How full?
How slow?
Oh, slow. It's it's not too slow. You get up there in like a couple seconds.
Okay, good, because if it was too long, John may or may not hack the elevator music.
Dubstep.
Yeah, you make it up to floor 16. The door is open, and John, you're familiar with this place. There's like along one side of the hallway, there's like rooms with names on them, and then down to the end of the hallway, there's the meeting room. And
I follow the Johnson.
yeah, Lavilla goes to this one. There's another keypad, but she only presses like one button on this before you all go in there. And,
Would John recognize what she was doing?
Pressing her button.
Yeah. Like, is she activating privacy protections or something?
I'm not sure you could figure that out just by like it was like a keypad.
Oh,
Yeah, she like Press the 5 on a numpad, dude.
But yes, she'll make her way to like her side of the of the big oval table with like the slightly better chair, and I assume you all file in on the other side.
Sure.
Sure do.
Sure, why not?
John and Kirsch are probably just going to pick out the same chairs that they were in before.
Yeah.
Though this time without the masks on.
Killjoy sits on the edge.
Yes, once you all are seated, says, welcome. I told you in our correspondence, but this job, it's an extended sort of operation. You'll have to spend some time out of the country.
Ooh. Where are we going?
Well, why don't I just explain first, and then you'll
Right.
get an idea.
Before that, this is a group of Shadowrunners who have never seen each other.
Yep.
Before. And
Two
we,
of
in fact,
which
have a
not
player,
been introduced to the stream.
or one of the players.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. I'm sorry. So yeah, like right
Also,
before
you're still Venom.
she starts talking, why don't you all describe yourselves to each other, starting with Neon.
All right.
Nyan, you're still Venom.
Oh yeah. Did it? But let me change that off to. Yeah. So, Rascal. She looks like an 11-year-old child. She wears a frilly dress and a big old bow on her hair, and she does have one cyber arm, but is pretty unassuming. But besides all that, do you want to roll for national fame? Because she is famous. Yeah.
I'm at -2 to this because it's still daylight hours.
I'm not sure what I'd be rolling for national fame.
Logic
Logic
intuition.
plus
Oh.
intuition, yeah.
No. I can't do math right now, I'm sorry.
4. Yeah, Rascal was the star of a circus act that used to roam the country a few years ago, and known as the Little Rascal, a pint-sized character who could like grapple and take on like full-sized men in a fight. Of course, being the circus, this was put up to a somewhat grandiose degree, but still, she can hold her own. So people think.
Well, that's interesting. Kirsch is going to lean over and she's going to whisper to John, "This is so weird. We keep meeting all these famous people." And John's going to just whisper back, "Yeah, I know. What the hell? You think being rich and famous would be, less?" They're just going to kind of... Yeah. They're going to have a moment.
Sure. Let me see if there's anything I'm missing. The character info. Red hair. It's very curly. Goes down to about like just past her ears. Pale skin, freckles. She's 4'8", 80 pounds. Black eyes. Yep. And she dons what would very easily be addressed as a Lolita clothing style. Clothing armor, yeah. Nice jewelry. Oh no, that's formal. Yeah, just nice everything, all the time. Not even good, just nice, which is the highest default clothing you can have. Yep, that's what she looks like.
All right. Kill.
Oh no. The Killjoy is a Nocturna. She is average build, but impossibly muscular. She looks way more tired than she should be right now. She is wearing a designer cloak, and in AR she has designer fashion overlaid over her.
Huh. That's pretty neat.
All right.
John and Kersher, just like they nominally always are, in good Berwick suits with Argentum coats. John is very, very elf now that his hair is not in the way to cover his ears. High cheekbones, close cropped beard. You know, fine nose. Very traditional elven features, barring the glowing orange cyber eyes that he takes no small amount of pride in. At 6'3", he's a fair bit taller than his partner, Kirsch. She is actually an entire foot shorter than he is, so she only comes up to his chest. Short crop platinum blonde hair. Very obvious cyberwear. From her elbows down and from her knees down is just bare chrome. There's not even an effort made to go and conceal it. And it definitely sticks out, especially she takes her gloves off, where it's just pure cyberwear. And if you look at her face, you can tell that both her eyes and there's a significant amount of cyberwear in her face as well. Especially in her cheeks and eyes. Definitely a unique look. They both carry suitcases with them, hard shell suitcases, or briefcases rather. Oh, and as of recently, John has taken to scratching at the side of his head, to which Kirsch would reach out, grab his hand, and say, "Stop picking at it, John." On a fairly regular basis.
All right. So yes, she'll Lavilla will sit up in her chair and tap something on her AR, and the tread projectors in the table will light up, and you see you see the Earth, the world, a spinning globe. And her first the first thing that she says is now, I assume you all know what a drake is, correct?
I've seen one.
There is some passing familiarity, yes.
Should I roll critter knowledge skills?
Yeah, sure.
2 successes.
Yeah, you know that a drake is basically a small dragon.
It's like a tiny dragon.
Yeah,
For a given value of
love
tiny.
chuckles. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
For a given value of tiny.
Well, how big are dragons? I saw
Um,
one wrestling a Boeing, so.
Yeah.
No, that was Siren catching a flight.
um, but yes, and she says, though what you might not know is the politics surrounding drakes. They are supposedly owned by the great dragon who created their family. And we at the Draco Foundation have taken it upon ourselves to liberate drakes where we can. But it's our efforts are small at best. We can't rescue like more than a fraction of this persecuted species. But as of a week ago, we have been able to bring our proposition to the Great Dragon Court. And like she waits a moment before continuing. If we can convince the majority of the greats to let their creations go, drakes can be free.
I'm assuming you're not calling us in as ambassadors.
No. Your role in all of this is to protect an important person. And someone's face pops up. He says,
Just somebody's.
"This is Nadia Daviar, the head of the Draco Foundation. You are to protect her as she goes around the world to convince any who would listen to us. And with that, the globe starts lighting up with little like headshots of like various dragons, and you see this.
So you're telling us that you want us to go and run entourage / protection detail for your dragon abolitionist movement, then? Your Drake abolitionist movement?
I suppose if you want to put it that way, yes.
I find myself curious as to what's a good way to put it? I find myself somewhat concerned that what kind of forces we would be expecting to see. Like, I presume that this is going to be mostly diplomatic visits.
Yes, of course.
And in ways of protection, you're talking about, I presume, additional protection as opposed to running shotgun.
Yes, none of the none of the greats will directly interfere, if that is your concern.
Well, I mean, just to specify what I'm asking. I presume Draco Foundation has its own security detail that's already been assigned to Miss Daviar.
Yes.
And will be running support of them.
Yes. They will be doing... We have them set up as point protection, but there are certain things that we need to do to ensure her safety that we might not exactly want our people in uniform to be doing.
Interesting.
You're gonna say something, Jan?
No, I was reading up on one of my qualities that might be relevant for such an of-the-world mission, and I ended up lapsing and paying attention to what you were saying. I apologize.
That's okay. What did you miss?
If you were going over the gist of what we're going to be doing, just a brief recap of that.
Oh yeah. Basically, you'll be protecting an important person as they make diplomatic visits to the different greats.
Okay. And this doesn't have to be relevant, but just so you know, Rascal has records on file for 3 different companies, that being Ares, Horizon, and As Technology.
Okay. All right. Yes. And you can see these little dots next to each of the great dragons, and she says, "We've marked them on this map. The ones in red, they've made their intentions clear. They're not going to budge on this issue. The ones in green have shown their support, and thus you will not be going to them. Our agent Quicksilver will be handling final details with them. You'll be bringing Nadia, or fuck, how did I pronounce it?
Nadia?
Oh yeah, Nadia. To the ones marked in yellow, the undecided. And the mission will start with Halupa. Oh wait, I can shift. Oh, whoops.
Oh,
there we go.
They shifted, all right.
In Amazonia.
Just to clarify, we ourselves are not going to be directly involved with the Great Dragons, yes?
Directly involved, no. Nadia will be doing the talking.
Will we be seeing them?
Like, we're protection, but we're not guards.
If the situation calls for it, you might end up in their presence.
I'm wondering if Rascal would be giddy about this. Just because animals. And what greater animal than a dragon?
And she points out the three icons that aren't on the globe.
Yes. Sea dragon.
If you know your history, Sirug, he started the Great Dragon War almost a decade ago by taking down that plane over Azadlan. Hetsubi has been banished from Dragon Society for the next 50 years due to her attempted... let's not get into the details.
Banished for 50 years for a dragon is like, a go.
No, yeah, it's like it's a timeout basically.
Yeah.
So she won't be. Her vote won't count in the council, but many of them still heed her opinion. If you can, yeah, she just stopped right there. And the sea dragon, is an option. We just don't know where they are. They keep a very low profile, and also live in the ocean, so it's hard for us to locate them.
The lowest profile there is. Mariana Trench profile.
Well, that would narrow down the search.
Right. I assume you have questions.
I don't know how to address this, but Rascal is concerned with, like, I have a job. Being out of the country, or even in one place that isn't there for an extended amount of time, interferes with my ability to do that job.
Yes, I suppose it would.
Like some sort of compensation for that, or assurance that there'll be someone to take my place of what I would otherwise be doing there.
Yes, we can get a vet there for you, but of course that would cut into your pay.
Can I negotiate?
Sure.
Me some dice pool negotiation, bargaining. Let me make sure all bonuses are being accounted for. No. Alright, do I have... See... No. Alright, oh, does the Johnson recognize me as a famous person?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Sure, I'll say she's wearing perfume. Make sure I have some of that left. Alright, here's my roll. Nice. And my limit is 9. Cool.
Right. So yes, you two hash out the details, and she eventually says, "Oh, all right, we won't take the cost of the vet out of your portion of the payment."
Wonderful. And she smiles.
Right. And she looks towards the other three.
I just want to say this out of character really quick. I'm listing up a list of things that I want to question, and I love how pay is way up high and medical is way at like the bottom. Shows my priorities.
Are there any chances of Renraku being involved?
Renraku. She starts mumbling to herself, like, "I'm fairly certain Romeo is not involved." No, there should not be.
Unfortunate.
Also, not really relevant, but Rascal is not a vet, but a personal trainer for animals. Rehabilitation rather than medical.
Potato. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuse, you wanna go first, or
I've asked all my questions.
all right? All right. The first thing John is going to ask, and the most important, is so how much is the job paying?
1 moment.
Yeah,
Need
Killjoy
to-
has one logic right now because it's daylight hours.
Yeah.
Just doing
What's
some
Rascal's
simple addition.
Rascal's logic is 2.
Oh.
I'm not a decker. What do I need logic for?
All right. Yes, the payment will be. You'll be out for about a month. In a month is when the council will convene. You will each be paid 1,700,000
Each. So that's 170.
1,700,000.
Oh wait, did I say that wrong? I meant
You mean
170,000. There we
Okay.
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 17 million.
go.
Or no, 1.7 million. That would be.
I would have
and then,
accepted that for dealing with 8 different greats
yeah.
across the globe. I've handed out more money for much less.
Mm. The next thing John is going to say, and this is going to pretty much be the intro to the question. So I presume that the Draco Foundation will be providing us with an expense account for intermediaries, right?
Yes. For the expense account will be valid for what's like the corporate word for like daily like food and drink and shit.
Incidentals.
Incidentals, yes. Incidentals, bullets, anything like that. If things get, if you're not quite Nadia will be able to approve anything on the
Meds.
on the job.
Meds.
I don't have anything to drink them with. On the next break, I'll take them.
No,
Okay.
Doing
go
it.
take a break.
Okay, fine.
Yeah,
We'll take a short recess.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Do you want me to
Trial will
just
consume.
yeah? Do you want me to just type up the list of questions I have real quick so that can be just run down the line when you get back?
Yes, please. Just it'll just be like a 5-minute thing.
Okay.
So will John be asking all those questions at once, or will there be like the ability to alternate between? Because Rascal has a question now. She just realized something.
I'm just going to list it out and then we can just work it from there because there's like 7 or 8 different things he wants to cover.
Of course, because it's John.
Yeah. This is what happens when you have 9 logic. You're expected to be smart. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's much easier to just not.
It's much
I like how
easier to
there's-
just temporarily have one. Effectively
I like-
during every meeting.
I like that there's absolutely no dragons in Iceland or Greenland.
You'd think there would be. Lots of mountains. Lots of ice.
Well, yeah, if you're going with like, what's it called? Skyrim or Ice and Fire to Game of Thrones, rather.
Looks like the northern third of the planet just has nothing.
Well, I
Sure.
mean, it's Russia.
Also, most of Russia. Also, all of Russia.
No. There's Loftware.
Yeah,
Even
these
the
are-
dragons are like, it's like, no, let's not go into Russia. Let's not fuck with them.
Though
There's
speaking of
Loftware on the edge.
What is
speaking
this?
of Loftware, I actually got into a conversation with some friends of mine about apparently Saterkrupp owns Coca-Cola, and supposedly like only 2 people on the planet have the secret ingredient to Coca-Cola. So we figured that it would probably be Loftware. So we were kind of curious, like if we wanted to find out what the secret ingredient to Coca-Cola was, if we could like try kidnapping Loftware.
It's just a really eccentric Johnson. Like, look, I gotta know.
And then we realized it's like there's a fair to middling chance that Loftware would just go along with it if he was really bored. He'd just be like, "Oh, you got me."
All right.
No?
Wait, are you saying that Saterkrupp owns Coca-Cola
Hmm.
and they didn't change it to Cruppa-Cola?
Maybe.
Or- Coca.
No, they have to keep the brand.
Yeah, that's important. Coca-Cola is a
So-
nationally recognized brand.
The Coca-Cola name is very valuable.
Yeah. Okay, everybody
A lot
go.
of people just refer to all similar beverages as Coke.
Go to the left of the screen. What's that red smear? Right, top right of Ryomu.
That's a
That's
Kamchatka
on
Island.
the right of the screen.
Ooh, that's a bad place. Kamchatka Island. Yeah, you don't want to go there.
Why is it all red?
As far like my guess, Grey Goo.
Gray goo. Is that a
Yeah.
magical thing?
No, Grey Goo is what happens when you have uncontrollably replicating nanomachines.
Ah. Wouldn't an EMP take care of that?
You'd think, but
That's
maybe not.
a really big EMP.
Yeah. Detonate
Well,
a nuke in the middle of the sky.
Well, from what I understand, like all technology right now is EMP hardened now, which is why EMP grenades aren't a thing anymore.
Oh, great.
Yeah, they're optic based, which isn't affected by EMPs.
Who had the bright idea? Like, all right, I get that one nation wants to have better shit than the other nation, but when the weapon you're using has the full ability to become its own nation and rebel against both sides, you don't want to give it. You want to leave a back door to that shit. Like, you don't EMP harden your nano machines. And Rascal has one more question on top of all the things that John is going to be.
Just presume that John's asking last. That's
He's
Really
stolen my
expected-
family and put them inside this Pokeball.
Oh no. Are we expected to be the more proactive branch of protection?
Yes, like the to not stir up trouble in foreign nations. The people who the Draco Foundation guards are just going to be doing point protection in her vicinity. But you all will be tasked with keeping her safe beyond that.
How do you mean?
Just gotta finish this fucking.
I actually think that's it. Yeah. Oh, nope. There we go.
Okay. Did Rascal already ask the question?
No.
Okay.
So, first of all, I'd like to clear up what are we doing? Like, if someone attacks us, have we already failed our job?
No.
Okay.
Like you are like the preventative forces. Like
Okay.
you stop the people from attacking in the first place.
Okay. Like through intimidation, through whatever means we use.
Whatever means.
All right. I ask a two-part question. A, all the places we're going, we're cleared to go there, right? This is like, we're not going to be expecting any resistance from the official people of that place. Like, we're not invading somewhere to
No,
go talk
we
to
are
a
not.
guy.
We are not aiming to create a international.
All right. So we have clearance to be where we're going.
Yes.
Rascal, with the expectation that the Johnson knows what she's talking about, looks the Johnson in the eye and asks, "Can I bring one of my pets?"
You only have bears, right?
I have bears and an elephant.
Let me just Google the weight.
I presume if it's on a 747, they'd just be able to fit it.
Yeah. Yes, just not one of your. Just not your elephant.
She will then ask,
Killjoy
"Can
gives her a look at that.
John does too.
I?"
So does Earth.
Rascal then says, "Can I bring more than one?"
No.
Aw. Rascal will not clarify to her teammates.
Right,
Could you
now
clarify
to
on this?
now to John's questions. Travel is covered. Draco Foundation support. What exactly do you mean by that?
Draco Foundation support means will we be supported from, like, if we say get arrested, will the Draco Foundation bail us out?
Yes.
Okay. Following that one, that would, I think you already answered the security forces one.
Mhm.
Like, if we're being attacked, will Draco Foundation security forces move to support us?
Yeah. We don't want to expend our goodwill with the other dragons before we need it, so we will not have outright support from not outright. I mean, like,
We're not gonna insist to the dragon. No, let us bring our entire HDR team into your private cavern.
yeah.
Yeah.
We are expecting. Well, we're expecting the majority of resistance to be from Lulfweir or Ghostwalker. We expect them to try and stop us from meeting with the undecided dragons. Through what means, we have not detected. Is that the word? We do not know of any current plans they have in motion.
Okay. If you're wondering what I mean by the corpse or dragon support, are there any pro-abolitionist corporations?
No. Like, the corporations that aren't run by dragons just are steering clear of this issue.
Yeah.
All right. So in other words, we can't be
What about
we
Ares?
won't be expecting support from like Ares.
Ares
from,
does
like, say,
have
Lone
some
Star or Knight
associations
Errant.
with the Draco Foundation.
Mm.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Fuse?
Ares is the mostly the most associated corporation with Draco.
Oh, true. But right now they don't have. There isn't any direct support. Yes, there is. We do have a special clause for you all. If you are permanently put out of commission, we will pay for your medical coverage for the rest of your natural.
All right, but what if they just rip off a leg? That covered too.
One second. I got a text I have to respond to.
In that time, that offer she just gave us would not cover the elf that we fought in the medical bay. Would she have lived past that encounter? Because the rest of her life would not be natural. If somebody died and regenerated back from death.
Is this something that
she
your
didn't
character is
die.
saying? Like, is that in character? Because John would have many questions.
Rascal
Oh,
wasn't there.
My Rascal's not saying this. Also, wasn't
Oh.
there. But
Oh yeah, we encountered a bear adept that, excuse me, used regeneration.
yeah, like she went past death, but regenerated enough life out of death to regain consciousness and continue fighting.
Huh.
And then died again.
Yeah.
Just like, oh,
Magic.
no, you naturally
How
died.
Like,
Yes.
magic.
Any injuries incurred from protecting Miss Daviar will be covered. Diplomatic immunity. I think I already answered that.
I have an important follow-up question for that.
Yes.
So if they were, like, what was the implication there that they would be covering, like, replacement limbs?
If you requested it.
So in that case, what if somebody had too many augmentations to support that? Would they
then
support
they'll
higher
just
grade replacements?
they'll,
Yeah.
if you don't have the essence to take it, then they'll just patch you up.
Like, what if one of us is a mage? They go out, they get their arm blown off.
Hmm.
Then you're minus an arm.
I mean, to be fair,
they
you
could
probably
just,
lose some essence from that anyway.
There's a treatment for that.
Mm.
The one that
Oh.
you got in the first session of this game.
Sure. Don't we lose? Do you lose any essence for that?
No, that was the whole point.
Okay, sweet.
It's a gene treatment. You can just regrow your arm, and it's your natural arm.
Oh, that's novel.
It's also expensive.
Yeah.
Alright.
But covered. But yeah. That leads us into the next part of the. Oh, I'm sorry.
Rascal hates Ares too.
Okay.
That's all right.
Yeah.
John will, if Rascal says that out loud, John will sit there and say like, "Fuck yeah."
I
if
only hate specifically the Red Samurai.
if John makes any if you made some sort of comment like growling at Ares, Rascal would second it.
And
Keeping that in mind, if we do end up with any support from Ares, I trust that you won't
immediately kill them.
Yes, you won't make it an issue that might jeopardize the mission.
Yeah. I say Ares, but really Rascal. There's a specific branch of Ares that Rascal's against. She just doesn't know exactly how far that spreads, so she's just wary of them as a whole. Also, trauma.
Yes, and they. How would you put this? They wouldn't have the authority to
Operate against us.
To operate against you. Yes.
All right. But I guess that leads into the last two questions. Would you be willing to offer a bonus if we have to go above and beyond what would be considered reasonable for protecting this. What's the last name? Daviar. There we go. Such as dragon attack, cyber zombie assault, nightmarish horror from beyond the rift. John will put it exactly like that. To which, to clarify, Kirsch and I will make every effort to protect Miss Daviar in that case.
Of course.
If not,
This payment is including the chance that you might come into you might encounter something like that.
That's fair. And this is so one last question then. Would you be particularly put out if under the instance that we do come up against resistance, do you have a problem with us using lethal munitions?
If it is a lethal threat against Nadia, you have lethal clearance, yes.
Okay, so no firing into the crowd. Got it. If anyone gives him a look about that, he'll be like, hey, it happens.
Killjoy does.
Rascal will give her a look too.
Anything else?
Oh. Are you willing to put any payment up front for incidentals?
Yes, I was just about to bring that up. And she takes out a briefcase and opens it up and presents it to you all.
Does it have a diamond inside?
What was it?
Does it have a diamond inside?
Unfortunately, no. It just has 3 shiny cred sticks.
How shiny.
Red stick.
And each of them has 10 grand on them.
What kind of cred stick is it? Is it silver?
Yeah,
gold,
sure. It's gold.
Platinum?
Ooh,
Ebony? How much is on it?
10 grand.
Man, they're really showing off. You only need a silver.
Add 1 gold cred stick. All right.
Free.
And with this, you'll each receive 16 160k at the completion of this job.
That's fair. Quick question. When are we expected to leave? Do we have time to make any
Today is Monday. You'll be expected to meet Nadia at our private runway Friday morning.
All right, so we have 5 days. It's not bad, yeah.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
So when we're leaving?
Friday morning.
Friday morning, and it's
Monday.
Monday. Sweet. No, yeah, sounds good. Rask is going to be spending the rest of the week doing her work and otherwise, like putting up a sign, letting people know. It's like, by the way, next. How long are we doing this? Going out on this mission for? You said a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next month, I will not be the one here treating your animals, but feel free to come in to meet the replacement.
Killjoy is going to be laying low for most of the time and visiting the scene of her sister's death.
Okay. John and Kirsch?
John's probably going to take most of that money and use it to set up a prepay for his loan shark so he doesn't get his legs broken when he comes back.
Okay.
But for the most part, they're going to spend their time tuning their weapons, prepping their equipment. I presume there's going to be. Actually, this is one of the questions he's going to add. Are we going to need any form of transportation on the ground, like a vehicle or a motorcycle or anything like that?
They will have a vehicle, but you can bring your own if you'd like. Just nothing bigger than a compact car.
All right.
Wonderful.
Do any of you buy anything?
Oh, is this cred stick money to us, or like flat out, or is it like we return whatever we don't spend?
No, it's taken directly out of your final payment.
Okay. I'll get another couple doses of my perfume.
Okay.
Killjoy's all set.
Yep.
Right. John.
Yeah.
Kirsch.
I think John and Kirsch are doing okay. As an aside, though, Kirsch is going to shoot a message to a mutual friend of theirs. It's like, if we disappear, this is who to ask about. Come save us.
Okay. Honestly, I was expecting for it to be like an hour of people buying shit.
No. Worth noting, one of my pistols is loaded with gel, the other is APDS.
Okay.
I'm
Just
going to
putting
be
that
getting.
out there.
So this is a bit of an absurd question, but it's something I'd like to address now. When you create a character, you buy clothes for them. Is it to be assumed that you only have as many of an item of clothing as you buy, or is it like if you buy a nice shirt, you have a selection of nice shirts to pick from?
No, you have clothes. Like, it is assumed that you have clothes like that your lifestyle would dictate.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What
do you mean?
Like
So
for pants, like for regular pants and regular clothes, that's covered in lifestyle expenses.
Rascal has medium lifestyle, but she always dresses in nothing less than nice clothes. So if I got, because this may be getting too much of minutia, but we're going on vacation. We're going on a trip. I need to bring extra clothes. Do I just have those, or should I buy more clothes?
Yeah, you have clothes.
Okay. Do they fit my nice consistency?
Oh, I should probably prepay my rent.
Oh, that's true.
Fortunately, John lives in a hole in the ground, so that's not a concern.
Don't want to disappear for a month and then have the landlord get angry.
God, why are there so many images of bears lifting weights?
Oh, here's a good question. Before we all went our separate ways, John would have made sure to share his comlink information.
Oh yeah, shame.
Oh,
This is important.
that's right. Killjoy would have also given each of you, the three of you, an AR document listing, like, everything about her.
Sweet.
All of her abilities and augmentations. Despite the fact that she has no visible augmentations, the list includes 13 different ones, most of which are cyber.
Mm-hmm.
That's different.
Wow.
But yeah, as a courtesy, aka this is just something that has been mentioned to him. He will ask if anyone needs access to a forger or an info broker.
Presuming I don't have to roll for any of this, Rask would like to get a heads up on who the replacement is. Just validate that they're up to Rascal's standards.
No, yeah, sure. They are a respected animal rehabilitator.
Wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Their name is Tony. No. Oh,
That would be a great bit of character development for Tony.
Hey, I love my animals. What can I say?
It's just like, oh, Tony Two Shoes is actually a licensed animal therapist.
This is my dog, Freddy Fourpaws.
oh
This
God.
please be canon.
Beautiful. I love it.
I want
Okay.
Freddy Fourpaws.
I mean, we're adding Freddy Fourpaws to the Tony canon. Anyway,
Excellent.
your replacement is named Donnie Watts. There we go,
Nice.
Dr. Donnie Watts.
Sweat. All right.
Oh, his name's Donnie. That means he fits my standards.
Rasko's just gonna do some research on his morals, ethics, what his standards are for training an animal, yada yada yada. Presume they all match.
Yeah, they're his ethics are up to code.
Good.
As far as you know.
He was like the he was like the head rehabilitator at a no-kill shelter for a couple years. And then he's worked all over Seattle.
Sweet. I just hope my customers have no trouble going to a clinic literally named after me and getting treated by someone else.
Well, I mean, did you put up a note?
Yeah, I Monday as I get back to my place, I put up a sign being like, for the next month or so, starting Friday, there will be another doctor here, another animal trainer here to treat your animals. Give the people as much notice as they can.
Ooh, I did think of something John would probably be doing.
What's that?
He'd actually probably start researching the Drake abolitionist movement,
Okay.
because that's a thing.
Give me one of those matrix searches.
A matrix search?
Matrix.
Yeah, because you're researching a thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, this would probably be like let me think. What would it be called? I'm sorry, I'm bad at words right now.
It's okay. Just be better.
Okay, I'll try really hard.
Yeah. What did you want to roll?
It's computer and intuition. I'm sorry, I'm having a moment. It's I fail at life. Well, no, the reason I was asking if you want to go through rolls is just because he's got a week and it's common knowledge, so it's like
Yeah, true. All right.
You gotta get at least one hit.
The Drake abolitionist movement. It's a move.
The Google page.
It's like it's
The wiki.
yeah.
It's like Google's having an event day of it. I just can't find anything.
Yeah, Drake's you know that there's actually like a decent amount of fourth world knowledge about drakes. It's so that drakes drakes were created to serve to serve great dragons, and only a great dragon can perform the ritual that creates a drake. There wasn't but once the sixth world came around, and the drakes have just been living as humans for the fifth world, and all of a sudden they've they have their drakeness again, and it's not it's not right to be a slave to what your lineage was 15,000 years ago.
But what about all the Joshes? So many drakes.
But yeah, it's you read articles that point out the injustice of it, and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
And you know that the Draco Foundation is the biggest supporter of the Drake abolitionist movement, because they've you'd have to go into the dark web or whatever to
The dark dimension.
get this knowledge, but basically the Draco Foundation run the most successful Drake freedom project, basically.
Right. And I also tossed a roll up there.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
My other question is, are there any big private organizations that are gotta keep the Drake down?
Private organizations besides stuff owned by the dragons?
Yeah, if there's any organizations that are afraid of free dragon movement, stuff like that.
Humanist
Yeah,
Drake.
there's
Yeah,
Yeah.
humanist drake.
there are definitely organizations like that. Some of them purport that drakes
Humanist.
should just be able to stay in their metahuman form their whole life. They don't need to be a dragon. And all sorts of stuff like that.
Guys, racism.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm just John's just trying to get an idea of the kind of people he'll be dealing with if
Yeah.
they decide to come for poor Naj's head with a monofilament chainsaw. 'Cause that's how I would do it. No, I think that's really all John has.
Okay.
Aside from fiddling about on the Matrix. Yay, ticky ticky.
All right. Are you all ready to leave Seattle?
Woo!
Seattle.
Oh, here's a question we probably should have asked. Sins? Same situation as the last Draco run?
Yeah. Are we getting sins to cover our existence in these foreign countries?
Or are we... now that you're with an official entourage, you won't really need them.
Yeah, that's what I figured. We're going.
Yeah, we won't need them, but will we have them?
Yeah, your presence will be covered. Yes.
So if we want to, would it be looked down upon if we're all right, well, we're in Japan. Let's go, have a small fun time elsewhere.
Oh, would it be looked down at you as a...
From a Shadowrun perspective, from a Shadowrunners working on a job perspective.
like,
Killjoy
Moonlighting?
would not approve.
yeah, it's probably at least a little bit unprofessional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unless like Nadia wants to have a party, I guess.
Or if it's
That's only
like
mostly because Killjoy literally can't have fun.
or if it's like hey, this is a country which I'm not usually from. I'm not from, but I know supplies this item that I can't get home more freely. I'd like to go and pursue that interest while I'm here.
Yeah. Well, that'll be like a case by case basis, you know. Like
Sure.
if you have the opportunity to do that sort of thing.
Sure. But I ask if it would be frowned upon because that could be an argument made for getting ourselves respective sins for this job. It's like, well, what if I want to go do that? And the Johnson's like, well, don't.
Yeah, no, that sounds about right. Though that does raise the question, does Nadia have the authority to send us off mission for, say, side objectives?
Yes, Nadia is the head of the Draco Foundation.
Oh.
Okay. So if she says to us, hey, go and there's a job here that we could use you doing instead of having you babysit me. Like, would they?
That's our
she
job.
have-
Yeah.
yeah.
Like what
Well,
she
our
would
job
be
is to
like
protect her.
would be like, yes, ma'am, or be like I can't leave you. It's literally my job to be here.
Yeah.
No,
just-
We're the
like,
proactive support.
yeah, like the caveat of your mission was like if Nadia needs you to do something, you go and do that thing.
Like, our job is explicitly to be the person who she tells to do that.
Yeah, so and plus of that, she has like she always has people there to protect her, but then you're doing like the extra mile.
But if we have extra time, then might as well also be there to protect her.
Yeah.
extra time. All right, yeah, that makes sense.
All right. So is that it?
Oh, who's bringing the long haul?
You can roll to get some.
Does anybody already have some?
Check in.
No. John
I
has gas. It's kind of like long haul.
I have Soothsayer and Cram, but no long haul.
Alright, I will attempt to invest in some long haul.
Roll it.
Gotta find it.
Isn't long haul street legal?
Yes,
Is
it
it?
is availability 0.
Oh yeah, then just get it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Alright, and I'm going to be getting this at pharmaceutical grade.
Okay.
All right.
Because why not?
Technically, we do have someone who has access to a medical profession who'd be able to get it.
Hush you.
Because that's totally not immoral. Says the
Yeah, I
person who's just talking about killing people. I'm just going to stop now.
Yeah, again, like, people keep thinking that she's a vet. She's not.
Did she ever take the Hippocratic Oath?
Like, hypocritical, though. No, I don't...
Oh,
I mean, I guess she would. She does...
I'm an idiot. I already had long haul.
She has the authority to do veterinarial work, so I guess, yeah, she would have had to take it. But she doesn't. It's not her specialty. Like, if you wouldn't go to your football coach, who's also a vet, be like, heal my dog. It's like, no.
I'm gonna take this oath, but I'm really upset about it.
I don't know. If he was a registered vet, I'd be like, yeah, all right.
Let me see. Does she have medicine?
I went to buy long haul and then noticed that it wasn't at the bottom of the sheet.
Good.
I do have a question about Rascal.
Sure.
Does Rascal have Neoteny?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
She.
Yes.
Oh, also, I meant to bring up. She's an elf. She's just a regular elf who has Neoteny.
Cool.
She's not a literal 10-year-old.
Yeah, no.
I've seen it done before.
She is 18, actually. Which is funny. There was a job where she was at a bar, and of course she's 11, so she gets some weird looks. And the idea came up of everybody getting drinks, and I was like, "Oh, Rascal's not legal." Everybody laughed. It's like, "Oh, yes, she is." I'm like, "No, she's not. She's still just 18."
Oh, that does. Speaking of legality, though, given that we're floating like Draco Foundation diplomatic security sins, I presume that would be what it would be then.
Yeah.
Do we have the authorization to be carrying forbidden weapons? Openly carrying forbidden availability weapons?
Yeah, so since you're working for like a, I think the Draco Foundation counts as like a AA. Yes, you can carry, you can carry forbidden weapons.
Nice.
Okay.
I can just have my Ultimax on me.
So,
Well, I would
Rascal.
anyway.
Rascal's a bit of an older character who I have, not literally, but she has some stuff that I had set up for her that I'm not entirely sure it works the way I thought it did. So I'd like to clarify something. She has in her cyberarm a mod called Cyber Safety, which, as I am to understand it, it's something you can equip it to a gun. The gun won't fire unless you're holding it.
Yeah, you need it in your arm and in the gun.
Okay. Rascal has it equipped to her phone.
Huh?
Her phone won't turn on unless it's in her hand. I seem to have interpreted the rules that way. It doesn't say you can't. It says you can make that modification to any non having it already weapon. I'm like, well, why can't you just do it to something else? There's some connection that isn't.
Not what it is.
There's some connection that isn't there when she's not holding the phone. It does not have power.
Then how does she get calls on it?
She's using it all the time.
She's constantly holding her phone.
Not constantly, just checking it every once in a while.
Calls.
She checks the messages.
So
Calls
don't try
them back.
to call her.
She has 2 phones. One is for her runs, yes. So.
Okay, quick question. You guys all have cyberware, right?
Yeah.
Tons of it.
Okay.
Check the character sheet and character spam if you want a full list.
Rascal's only missing 0.9 essence.
Okay.
Killjoy has 0.05 essence.
Yeah. So John would actually posit this to both of you. Do you want to slave your cyberware to John's deck?
That sounds horrifying.
There's a reason to do it. The primary reason is that cyberware only has firewall and data processing equal to its rating. So usually it's like 1 or 2, which means you can get hacked really easily. If you don't really feel super comfortable doing that, you can wire it to your comlink and use your comlink's ratings for it. But if it's just raw cyberware that's not slave to anything, it can get hacked really easily.
Yeah, no.
If we're going anywhere where we expect to have opposing deckers, I will not have my wireless on.
Also, Rascal has a big issue with giving up, what's the word? Control of herself to anything. Any situation that removes her sense of control over her own body, will easily send her to flashbacks.
Oh, like I said, John would just posit this as a question. of whether
Yeah.
or not you'd be comfortable with it.
To which Rascal says, "That sounds horrifying."
Is Kirsch slave to your cyber deck?
Kirsch
I would
actually
hope
has
so.
higher rate. Well, no, Kirsch has higher ratings than my than. The
Then why
way
don't you have your cyber deck slave to Kirsch?
it actually this is out of character. You can't actually slave drones to a cyber deck. You have to have an RCC to be able to do that. Um, like you can slave a drone to a to like a comlink. This is a thing that can and that is done with like really low rating like low level like gangbanger riggers and stuff like that. But it's not really secure because you can't run any programs on it.
But you explicitly can't do it with a cyber deck?
Yeah, it's sort of like running autosofts on a cyber deck. You can't do that either.
It requires like specific mechanical components.
Yeah, if you can just do it with a phone, why can't you do it with the cyber deck?
It's
Factory limitations.
well, it's actually it's a raw, it's like a game mechanic type thing. Is that you like? Have you ever seen an RCC? It kind of looks like a joystick remote control thing, whereas a cyber deck looks like a computer. It's weird. The rules are very complex. Like you can home rule it either way, but generally I just follow the raw and say you can't. It's whatever the GM wants, really.
If you use, what's the name of the pet trick for like being housebroken?
I can't remember because I just noticed that Killjoy has 2 points in software, and I have no idea why. Like, I was just looking at her stuff and just like, software, 2 points, 4.
Yeah.
Why? Why does Killjoy have software? What does she do with it? Is there something I'm forgetting?
Probably with Shadowrun.
I'm now
Yeah.
gonna have to like look at everything that she owns and figure out what uses software.
But yeah. But anyway, that's why Kirsch, like there are other reasons in character that doesn't happen, but mechanically speaking, that's why Kirsch can't get slave to the to a deck.
Companion.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, sorry. No, that's the trick. That's the name of the trick. The animal trick.
Well, I feel personally ready to get wheels up.
Okay. So yeah, you all, if there's nothing else, you all make your way to these to SeaTac, and
Oh.
what?
I have 2 points in software because I put my 2 skill groups into electronics.
Oh,
Useful.
That makes more sense.
Yes.
Don't fall asleep on us now.
So yeah, you all go to SeaTac. There's you follow the signs. There's like a small like private runway, with an office building, like a small office building connected to like a hangar. And there is a jet that's being fueled up right now.
Sweet.
And so yeah, I assume you all take your separate vehicles there.
Rascal's probably would have requested a pickup for her vehicle, quote unquote.
So transportation is covered, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Taking a cab, expensing it.
Okay.
Don't want
John
to
will,
risk my car driving back on its own.
no, that's fair. I can see how that could be bad. Parks in the middle of the Barrens. Come back, there's just a frame there.
It has no security on it.
Most cars don't.
Yeah, Rascal would have requested a pickup from her place
I
with
did
her
get
and her
security
pet
put on it.
from the Johnson.
What for the Johnson?
A pickup for her and her pet to
Okay.
get to the place discreetly, you know.
Yeah. So you show up with a bear.
Rascal is riding a bear out onto the tarmac.
John would show up on his bike. And there's a sidecar now that's attached to it.
Oh.
And in that sidecar is the little Evo proletariat drone with the spider drone on top of it. And Kirsch still rides behind him.
I thought Kirsch drove.
Actually, yeah, no. Yeah, Kirsch drives. John just rides along because he can't drive. He's actually quite bad at it. He's actually really bad at it. He hasn't driven in years.
I'm now imagining Killjoy dressed in all this fancy stuff with the designer clothes and AR, just kind of stepping out of a normal taxi.
I'm getting some Deadpool vibes here. Is the taxi driver Indian?
Maybe.
I'm sorry, I'm just playing this whole conversation in my head of like love advice going back and forth. Important relationship things. Gotta grab the elephant by the tusks.
So, specifically the bear that gets brought. Where the heck? Did not have stats? Okay, I
Yeah,
guess.
what's the name of this bear?
Kobe.
Hmm,
It has a scar on its
of
left eye.
course.
All right. So yes, you go in to you're all on the tarmac now. What do you do?
Well, I'm on a bear.
Yeah, you're on a bear who is on the tarmac.
Yeah. So, other players are free to react to that.
Yeah. Yeah. John is gonna be like, holy shit, that's a fucking bear.
It is! Say hi, Kobe! Kobe does not say hi.
Hirsch
Kobe
does the whole
says
blank
hi.
like Hirsch does the whole blank faced wave. Hi Kobe.
Why, Rascal pets Kobe behind the ear, and it murs.
That's going to be rather high profile.
There's like there's a very nervous airport worker who comes up and says, I'll be taking your bear to its to its to the plane.
I can take it.
Okay.
Rascal will then smile at the teammate after the guy walks away and say, "What other? Like, our job's just to dissuade attackers, isn't it?"
Yeah. John's like, you know, that's fair.
I don't mind less eyes on me.
Yeah. Legitimately speaking, that's I mean
We have a bear.
You know what? I'm all for it. Like, John's gonna just throw his hands. He's like, I can dig it. That's cool.
He's dealt with worse.
At this point, he really, really has. None of you work for Ares, and that's considered a good thing for him.
Fun fact, other character I was considering bringing was public sector out of retirement again for like the 4th time.
Would he be retired again after this mission? 170k.
Because like he canonically works with the Draco Foundation.
Okay.
He's also a hardcore Ares supporter.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, that wouldn't have gone badly at all.
He fully buys into the freedom and apple pie.
Narrative.
Yeah.
Fantastic. That sounds like a party. But yeah, John will make a request that the bear and his motorcycle not be stored in the same deck. So the bear doesn't eat his motorcycle.
Oh, he won't do that. He's a good boy. Hold on a sec. Be right back.
Good luck.
Yeah. Yeah, can I get a crate or something? Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm back.
Is anybody watching us?
They'll accommodate your request. Yeah, like people are like the attendants that are like filling up the plane and like loading luggage and stuff. Like they're all just like staring at you.
Yeah, well, Kobe, for mental imagery, Kobe stands 5 foot at the shoulder and 10 feet tall when standing. He is a large boy.
Yeah.
Killjoy is going to cross behind John and turn invisible.
And I think like the jet it's not like a big like passenger jet. Well, wait, I said that wrong. It's not like a commercial jet. It's like, you know, it's small enough to where it has like the stairs instead of like connecting to a thing. So yeah. And I think at that moment,
sure. I get what you're saying.
Out of the small office, you see. Well, first you see like a few like suit and shades kind of people. And then they are followed by the person you were protecting, Nadia Daviar.
Nadia? Alright.
Nadia.
Nadia.
Nadja. No.
I've only ever read the name.
Hello.
Yeah, she's like in the middle of like a phone call, but she's just like she's like she does a double take when she sees you all. Like,
Does
there's
she see
those
me?
runners. Oh wait, a bear? Yeah, she
Rascal waves.
she finishes her call. Tells like the servicemen and women to get on the plane, and walks over to you 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, we've turned our 3 runner group into 5.
And
I am
yeah,
invisible.
okay. She comes up to y'all, and I think out of
the three of you, like John probably looks like the leader, because like one of them is a kid, the other is invisible, and like I'm not exactly sure how Kirsch would like
And one is a
present
robot.
herself. Yeah,
And one is a
Maybe.
bear.
yeah. So she
That's actually
goes.
a good question. Is Naja Daviar aware of Kirsch's nature?
She is actually awakened, so she will in a second.
Well.
We're gonna just
Um,
start carrying
And
around
then
like a
she
hamster
sees
or something.
Killjoy.
We even need to have Kirsch walk around like a hamster or something.
Yes, she shakes your hand, John. She says, "Hello, I assume you are the team that that wait, fuck, what was her first name? Anyway, that Lavilla set up."
John would shake her hand back and be, that would be us, ma'am, yes?
All right, it's a pleasure. She looks at the bear. Why?
To dissuade attackers, as is our job.
She stares at the bear for a second and then like shrugs and nods.
In the second she's looking at it, she's like, "Would you attack someone with a bear?"
I typically find bullets to be more persuasive.
Ah, an invisible person talks.
Yep.
And John's just got this vapid smile on his face, like, yep, party's on now.
Quite the motley crew you have.
Some misfits and cringe we got here. Some fringe.
John will nod and say, yeah, that's... Generally speaking, our kind of work attracts a certain type. But, you're in good hands.
Well, I trust that. I'll trust anyone that that woman brings together. Anyway, come on, we're running daylight, and she walks towards the plane. Rascal, you are directed to bring your bear to the lower deck.
All right.
Are you
I'll
gonna
bring it
stay
there. Sure. For the first travel, Rascal will be staying with her bear to make sure the bear is comfortable.
Okay. So yeah, there's there's enough room for your bear to move around in, and for you it's it's an okay height.
For me, I'm 4 foot tall.
Yeah, you're shorter than the bear, so it's a tiny bit cramped for the bear, and fine for you.
Sure. Actually, me and the bear are about the same height. He's 5 foot tall, and I'm 4'8". But yes. All right. I get off the bear and let it in, lead it to the storage facility, and sit with it for the duration of our first flight.
John's just gonna stare at that damn bear. It's just like Kirsch is gonna have to push him onto that plane because he's just like, that's a bear.
Yeah,
We're gonna have a fun flight.
you stop moving, and then Kirsch just picks you up and bridal carries you up the stairs.
Not because of anything that's going on with us, because I just realized that our flight path goes pretty close to Ghostwalker.
Yeah. just to clarify, John is going to matrix perception the entire time they're in that plane.
Okay.
He's just waiting for that missile.
Yeah, you all board. You all find your seats. Like all the adjacent seats to Nadia are taken by her Secret Service. Well, they're not really a seat. They're not really Secret Service, but you know.
They're public service.
Yeah.
And Killjoy is going to be invisible for basically the duration of this run.
Okay. Yeah. Where do you all seat yourself? Nadia is like in the middle, and like all of the adjacent seats are taken up. But do you sit yourself in the front, in the back?
One of the sides.
Okay.
Cargo bay.
They make sure to pressurize the cargo bay.
Good.
Kirsch wants the window seat, so John will just sit next to her,
Okay.
which is
I imagine like Nadia is like one is on like one side, and you and Kirsch are on like the other side.
At this point, John's going to offer to Nadia, if you don't have anyone running cybersecurity right now, I wouldn't mind going in on the network and monitoring your equipment on the plane and stuff like that.
Oh yes, please go ahead.
Could you just slave the plane to your thing?
Yes.
Sweet.
Yes.
What is the firewall that you have?
When I really want it to be 9.
And when you don't?
7.
Wait, what do you do
So
to
slightly
make it 9?
better than Killjoy's comlink.
Yeah, I have armor plus encryption plus reconstituting my stats plus my additional point from overclockers, so I can get it really high. I can get very, very high.
Okay. Right. The engines start up.
I keep my bear calm.
Just to clarify, has Nadia given John full control of the network? Like the equivalency of, say, 3 marks or administrator access?
Yeah, she'll give you 3 marks on the shit.
Nice.
All right. I want to do one more perception before we take off.
Should I?
Yeah, sure. All of you do your relevant perception.
Wow, that...
I can count them. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this sight? Or I have hearing as a special.
Just in general, just a general. So no
No specialties. Yeah.
Okay, that cuts off 3 dice.
Okay. So yeah, you start moving.
4.
The jet picks up speed. The wheels just take off, and boom, you all die.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was an ignition bomb on the plane.
No. Yeah,
No, you don't have to
the,
worry about that.
the plane starts to rise up over the Seattle skyline, and you are flying. Ain't that a great thing?
Wee! I just flew in from the UCAS, and boy, is my bear tired.
So, yeah. It's about a long. Let me. It's about a 15-hour flight. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah. What do y'all do?
Playing games on my phone.
I count the seconds.
John,
You got games on your phone?
Yeah, I got games on my phone. What do you want? You want hold on. You got Gemmed. You want Veggie Samurai with the Just Desserts DLC? What do you?
Killjoy is incapable of having fun and has the perfect time quality. She literally passes the time by counting the seconds until we get there.
Okay. Yeah. John Kirsch.
John is actually working. He's actually monitoring the area around the plane with its sensors, looking out for rapid incoming objects, fighter jets, dragons.
I just realized that Rascal has cybersecurity on her personal phone, not her runner phone, which
time
makes
is it?
more sense.
And
What time is it?
It's like 9:14.
Nice.
In the-
It's not
in the-
daylight.
In the game, I think you mean.
That was a game. Yeah.
9:14.
You took off at like 7 a.m. Do any of you
So
talk?
very daylight throughout this entire time.
Yeah. I mean, you can close the window things.
That's not how the quality works.
You could take an energy drink.
yeah.
Like, if it's between 5:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m., I'm at -1 to all mental attributes.
Mm-hmm. This is what Fleet was dealing with. Oh no, Fleet made sure the job was after. So.
And it's going to get worse during the next month.
No, nice.
Why?
More
Right.
daylight.
Right.
We'll be
do any
moving
of you
around,
talk?
so it'll be different.
Do any of you talk to Nadia?
Kirsch will make casual conversation.
I'm in the cargo bay.
Yeah. Yeah. So they'll
I'd like to make a search.
for
Just
what?
look up the speed of this plane.
It's about plane fast.
Here's a matrix search.
I don't know. However fast it is.
It's not important.
For the flight to be 15 hours.
It's so that if anything happens, I will know exactly where we are.
Okay.
Because I will know exactly how many seconds we've been moving at this speed.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kirsch will be in conversation then.
Yeah.
Nadia will she'll end up talking about the mission a little bit. Say, well, Halupa is actually pretty involved in metahuman activities.
So I have a good feeling about this meeting. After them, we're gonna be going up to Europe, and that's where a lot of them. There are a lot of dragons in Europe and the Middle East. Hopefully we can skirt by Lofweir.
Hmm.
And then our final stop will be in Asia with either Lung or Rumio. They're very intense rivals. If we convince one to join our cause, the other will be a staunch enemy.
Mm.
Why
Well,
bother
Herschel-
talking to either then? Killjoy says the first thing she said this entire trip.
Well, if we don't talk to either of them, then they will most likely just vote with their own personal interest, which would be to keep creating drakes and keep enslaving them.
Wouldn't that make them agree?
Kershal actually agree with that one. It's like, wouldn't it be better to see which one has the greater influence to bring, and then flip the other? From what it sounds like, they're rivals enough that they'll that whatever one does, the other will do the exact opposite out of spite.
Yes, so Lung is the Lung has powerful emotions, and Vermio is said to be more contemplative.
Hmm. Well, that's
From my information, Lung used to be Rumio's apprentice. But their ideological differences separate.
Huh. Well, which one's more ideologically liberal, I suppose?
If I had to guess, I'd say it'd be Lung. His emotional bend might help us convince him of what's right.
Well, either way, you don't have anything to worry about because John and I will definitely keep you safe.
Yes. And by then Quicksilver will have finalized our deal with Masaru. So we will have an official ally in that area.
Are there any ideological issues between Lung, Ryumo, and Masaru?
None that us metahumans would know about. Perhaps that they might have history from the Fourth World, but if they they don't, from what we know, they don't interact much. Their territories are far enough away that they don't butt heads. And Masaru is actually the newest great, and has mostly been focused on the liberation of the Philippines from Japan.
So we may be looking at a bit of an ideological impasse between Ryumyo and Masaru then.
Yes, yes.
God, I hate politics.
And it becomes all the more problematic when the person you're arguing with can eat you.
Literally and metaphorically.
Yeah, she Nadia gives a chuckle at that. Do you know why the Draco Foundation is so invested in the liberation of Drakes? We were created as the continuation of Dunkelzon's legacy, and Dunkelzon, for everything that he did, created and enslaved Drakes himself.
This is John will pipe up from the side, like slightly, like just momentarily dropping out of Colson and be like, "Sounds like a case of buyer's remorse to me."
Well-
To which Kirsch will smack him on the shoulder and say, "Don't be an asshole, John." He's like, "What?"
No, the reason our one of our operatives, and an old, he was Uncle Zon's closest agent, and an old flame of mine before I fell off the map for a while. Quicksilver, the one finalizing our deals. He was the first Drake to awaken, and with the influence he had, steered us in this direction.
And you two aren't together anymore?
No, pretending to be dead can strain a relationship.
Yeah, I know how that is. Says John.
I tried assuring him that I had my reasons, but you can't make every relationship work out.
I suppose it goes without saying. Is this going to be an issue?
Oh no, it shouldn't be. I mean, we shouldn't even see each other until the council convenes.
At this point, John's going to kind of lose interest, and he's just going to set the agent to go and do matrix perception for him while he sleeps.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, one second. Yeah. So, eventually, day turns to night. You all refuel in the Caribbean League.
Alright, well, if it's going on for that long, then I'd probably have to sleep at some point during the day.
Yeah.
I mean, counting innumerable objects over a long span of time isn't something that would just make her fall asleep anyway. Isn't that a standard tactic for that?
No, that's just what she does all day.
So she doesn't feel boredom?
She can't feel joy.
So doesn't that mean she's always feeling boredom?
Basically,
Used to anything, I guess.
What?
I guess you can get used to anything. Perpetual boredom. Sounds like hell. Just saying. Does anything interesting happen while we stop to refuel?
There's it's really fucking humid. It's like the sun is setting now. Or actually, you would have crossed 3 time zones. Yeah, it's dark now. And the service member is all like well, a lot of them like come out of the plane and sort of do routes around the establishment while it's refueling. What do you all do while it takes place?
Rascal gets out and stretches.
All right.
Same
Does
for
the bear
Killjoy.
stretch?
Yeah, what?
Does
Fuse.
the bear stretch?
Fuse, you said something?
As does Killjoy.
Okay. Yeah, the bear stretches.
Good.
It stretches.
If the bear didn't stretch, he'd get a
Paw cramp?
yeah, he'd get a paw cramp in battle.
So
yeah.
I'm wondering something right now.
Yes.
I'm wondering if it would be a better idea to bring a animal which Rascal can ride, or an animal that can attack. Fun fact, bears can only know 1 trick normally, and Rascal already doubles that, so they can know 2 tricks. This bear knows how to do basic, familiar commands, like stay, fetch, don't poop in the
that
house.
motherfucker.
And I'm contemplating which trick this bear actually knows, because I could say it's ride, and she can ride it with no effort, or I could say it's attack and have it be able to. I feel like being able to ride the beast would make it.
Already written it.
Yeah. See, here's my question. With riding, you can roll to ride a creature, and that's just it's a trick that you can either do automatically or be able to roll to do if it doesn't know the trick. Is that the same for stuff like attack? Could I get my creature to attack someone?
Like you
with-
need the trick in order to ride it.
No. In Howling Shadows, oh god, already left the page. Where's that?
Let me
Tricks.
get back to it. Game information, scroll up.
Mount. This critter is trained to have a rider follow the basic directions without an animal handling test.
So you just have to roll animal handling if something like that
Right.
to happen.
If it didn't have mount, which I would be fine with saying it doesn't, instead having it be able to attack. Yeah, this is basically what I'm saying. If I can have my animal attack with using an animal handling test instead of needing to have the trick to do it, then I'll have it have mount. But if it needs to have the trick to attack, then I would have taught it attack and just
And
rely on
using
my dice.
tricks requires commands.
All right. Who is staying in the?
So, would I be able to tell my
Commanding an
bear?
animal to use a trick is an animal handling plus charisma. So you need the trick in order to do any of these things, except apparently mount, which explicitly says you don't.
Man, mount specifically says the critter is trained to have a rider
Yes,
following
I'm
the basic.
reading it.
Okay.
So if you want to order it to attack, you need to have the attack trick. That allows you to make an animal handling roll. With
All
a
right, so
threshold
I'm
of
gonna-
1.
I'm gonna make some rolls for animal handling to say that the bear knows how to attack, but not how to ride naturally.
Okay.
If this pleases the GM.
Yeah, sure. So, is John or Kirsch
Mike, getting off the plane.
oh, you're not?
Well, my question is, how long since John dozed off has it been?
Yeah, you were asleep for like 3 hours.
All right, then John's John will probably get up from a nap. It's not the best getting up from a nap, but not the worst.
Yeah. Actually, like you probably like still in that like groggy like half sleep when you hear a thump
That's discomforting.
like you hear it like from the hull of the plane.
Does John's agent see anything?
Wait,
Matrix perception.
did you already roll a matrix perception ground? Or I can just use the other one.
Oh, that was for Snoop. This is for the agents. Yeah. Wow, not great.
Yeah, your agent does not see anything.
All right, Kirsch is also outside of the plane and watching.
Okay. Could Kirsch roll perception? All right.
Baby.
So, like after you hear the stump, you do you like tell Kirsch that, like something hinky's going on?
Yeah, since they're both on the same network, basically everything John picks up, Kirsch picks up.
Okay. Yeah. So like you tell her, she whips around to look at the hull, and she sees like a 6 foot sort of shimmer in the night, like against, like it'd be impossible, like if they were like looking at it with like the darkness behind them, but like she caught it with like the plane as the background, so it was like easier to spot the shimmer.
I mean, if it helps, she's got olfactory, ultrasound, X-ray, vision, motion sensors, D mics.
I've completely forgot about the sensor array package.
Could I try to sense it with smell?
Sure.
Unfortunately, that does limit my hits to 4.
Let's see.
Damn. Still not bad, though.
Well, my bear would be sensing with smell. Could I try to sense it with hearing? I guess the answer. Here's the question.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm also going to give a hearing.
But yeah, since Kirsch has thermographic vision, would she be able to see exactly what it is?
Yeah, the DC would be lowered because of all that specialized bullshit.
This is me trying to hear a dragon or whatever it is. I don't know what it is.
A 6-foot dragon.
It's a drake.
Yeah, Kirsch sees like the ultrasound image of a person, and they can see in like normal light they are but a shimmer.
But they are but.
Oh no, it's Killjoy.
Surprise!
And like this person, they stop, they look at Kirsch looking at them, and then they book it.
All right. Okay. So, does Kirsch have time for an action?
Yeah, they've got time before they get away.
All right. At this particular juncture, Kirsha's actually got her shotgun out because she was running. She'd be running security sweeps with the security people.
Okay.
She's just going to long burst, stick and shock shells into this guy.
Okay.
So that would be. So let's see how well this. Oh, wow, that's not bad.
Okay. They roll their dodge.
What
That's a long burst.
Yeah,
So that's -4.
-5
Okay.
on top of the -5 from stick and shock.
Oh, that's
A second
minus five.
shot?
That's AP, isn't it?
Yeah, stick and shock is. I actually have it right in front of me because I'm failing at life. Stick and shock would be 11 stun with an AP of -11.
Right.
Long burst. Holy shit.
Well, first, let's roll dodge. Okay, so that's 11, 12, 13 that they have to resist. With minus. Okay.
-11.
Okay, so they
Stick and shock AP replaces.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that would just be -10 then.
okay
Like,
minus.
it is a flat -5, period.
If you're firing a long burst, you get a burst modifier of -5 too.
Well, that's to their dodge.
Oh, that is?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was
let's,
18.
No.
let's give them more. So there's
Okay, bonus thing today.
8, 9, 14. So yeah, they take 5 shift hits.
Oh boy,
And-
electric damage.
They're not feeling so good. Yes. As soon as they get hit with this shocking round, their ruthenium fails them, and they're dressed in like all black, and they're running for the fence. Killjoy and Rascal. What do you?
Well, I definitely heard that gunshot, even if it was silenced.
Yes.
So, what's the threshold for riding a bear? Would you say, or riding an animal? Relate to their will.
Like 3, 4.
3?
Let's say 3.
Sweet. Then I am riding the bear right now. I'm going to have the bear pursue. Shall I make another test for that?
Sure.
14. Woo.
Also, this is not fighting music.
It's not.
Uh,
The bear. What is this movement speed? Okay. Apparently the bear's movement speed is running of 32.
And I'm going to move after this thing with running of 48.
I used this last time, but I don't know any others.
I like this one.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
What's that supposed to mean?
Ouch, that's harsh. I could be like, no, I hate this. Flip the table, walk out.
Bear.
Okay, 3 hits. They have -1.
3 shits.
Oh, to ride the fucking bear, right?
Yeah.
Are we in initiative?
After this, like, after Rascal does their thing, yeah, we're gonna go to initiative.
Oh, I don't
Okay,
get
yeah.
a free action?
Alright, you get a reaction too. Everyone.
That's my rolling for having the bear run specifically. I'm already riding it. This is for having it run.
Okay.
And this is going to be the bear's running test. Well, as a sprinting test, I suppose. It's 11d6. 3 successes. I believe that's an extra 2 meters per hit, so 6 hits. A bear is going 38 meters per second. Or
Per round,
turn.
you mean?
Per round. Per round, yeah. No, per second. It's okay.
All right. Killjoy, your free action, then we'll initiative.
All right,
I should have just gone to initiative in the first place, but I'm gonna lie in the grave that I built.
I'm going to draw my APDS pistol and take an aimed called shot to the ankle,
Okay.
which I can do all of that in one turn.
Perfect timing. Perfect time.
Yep. Let me just...
Perfect time is nice.
23 minus 6.
All right.
Alright, what are my... Oh, you're rolling it.
I get 3 shifts.
Alright, so that gives me all the effects of both of them. This person is slowed and winded as long as they take damage.
Okay.
Damage is... It's AP with AP minus 5. If they take damage, they will only take 1.
Okay. What was the damage value?
More than 6.
Okay. Yeah, they take 1 hit.
damage. Their
One
movement
shift hit.
speed is now half. They can't sprint, and they cannot take complex actions for 8 turns. Combat
Okay.
turns.
Fuck.
Alright, at this point, can everyone roll me initiative?
Alright.
Oh. Huh?
Yeah. Nice.
So... Oh, that's... Okay, that's why. Oh, wow. That's just fun, isn't it? Alright.
You know, I would say that it's excessive that I have to roll 3 initiatives, but if I was playing a rigger, oh my god. 5 initiatives easy.
Rascal, do your thing.
Yes. That... Oh. Why does it say... Why is there... Does a slash do something weird? There we go. So 11 is my bear. 9 is me.
And Mystery Boy is slightly faster than me. This time.
Kirsch. What does Kirsch do
Kirsch is gonna long burst this guy again.
with the shotgun?
Yeah. Actually,
How the fuck do you long burst a shotgun?
it's an Enfield AS7.
Jesus.
But actually no, she can't because she doesn't have enough ammo for that. So she will just take a. Actually no, what Kirsch is going to do is she's going to roll first she's going to attempt to get a sensor lock on this guy. Is he normal human sized or?
Yeah, he's a normal human.
All right, that would be a -3 penalty then. Fantastic. And they would roll that against sneaking and agility.
All right.
Oof. No luck. Well, either way, she's going to take a shot at him with the shotgun. On top of that. Single shot of sticky shock.
Good God.
Big shot, boom.
Yeah, you should be happy I'm not flying Fletchet on this thing.
7-6. Wait, did you burst?
No, that was just a regular shot.
Okay.
So that would be 11 stun minus, 14 stun minus 5.
Oh God. Yeah, that's 16. That takes that takes them out. Fuck. So
Man,
yeah,
gonna
they
kneecap him.
they catch this. They fall over and they start convulsing before they just pass out.
Excellent. No one else comes out?
You don't see anyone else.
Should we still be in initiative then?
No, you shan't.
Awesome.
That was the fucking quickest initiative I've ever seen.
Honestly.
I'm going to quickly verify that this is not some agent working for our group that we just weren't told about. As unlikely as that would be.
No, they don't let Nadia out of the plane, but yeah, no, she verifies that there's no one else on this job.
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna shoot out both his kneecaps.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
He's unconscious, so there's no screen. And I mean, he's also.
Wow, that is definitely going to make interrogating him a lot harder.
Nah.
If do you want to try to stabilize him, or else he'll just die.
I'd like to.
Are you shooting him with bullets? Because I'm pretty sure that was a long burst of stick and shock, and kneecapping
Yeah.
only has a DV limit of 1.
Oh, true.
Literally can't do physical damage.
Assuming
They have at least 9 armor.
Physical challenge. Yeah. They are now -2 working kneecap.
Kirsch's going to say, Jesus Christ, I have zip ties. What the fuck?
It is effective.
It's a precaution.
That's fair.
All right.
Yeah.
So, if you don't do anything else in an hour, they'll come to with extreme pain.
No, there's a lot that John does.
Okay. What is John doing?
Well, the first thing John is going to do is he's going to inspect the side of the plane to make sure that guy wasn't putting a bomb on it or something.
Okay. Please roll. Can you give me both normal perception and matrix perception?
All right, and his agent's also going to scan.
Oh, what did he have the RPC on?
RPC.
Yeah.
Oh, just on their armor, yeah.
What kind of armor?
That's John's perception.
Like it's armored vest, like a full covering mask, and like full covered pants.
Oh, well, that's just whatever.
All right, that's not very good. You give me your other perceptions.
Yeah, John's not very great at matrix perception.
All right, you can't really like find this thing in meat space, so you flip over to matrix perception, and you're able to find the icon of a data bomb. No, it's an actual bomb.
Wait, it's an actual bomb?
No, yeah, it's a bomb.
Yeah, so there is an actual bomb.
Where?
There's a real ass bomb on your.
On the
All right.
plane?
Is it transmitting?
What did they transmit? No, it's it's not. No signals are going out right
All right, so since John doesn't have anything in demolitions, and that's something you definitely can't just default in, he's immediately going to contact Nadia and tell her,
Yeah.
we need a new plane because someone just strapped a bomb to yours.
Okay, yeah. She'll immediately, like, the second you like, she is escorted off the plane.
Just bomb.
Yeah, bomb on plane, go now, leave.
And yeah,
You
there's
can't
like
default on demolitions if you're the one placing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's escorted to the to the hangar. That's like the most secure place that they can find right now.
Rascal will accompany her.
Do they
On
have
there.
any bomb disposal experts?
Actually, let me roll a Nadia's ad.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I would think that would be something that they would think to bring.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I presume that they have someone who's capable of demolitions in a pinch.
No, yeah, they eventually, one of them steps forward. That like they're like really fucking. They're a bit nervous because they don't have like their protective gear on them. But yeah, they have skill in demolitions. And yeah, they'll go out to the plane. There's like other people will be there to like guard them like out like very very far away though.
Yeah.
And they go up to the demolition.
Oh boy, can't wait to see him roll 0 successes.
Yeah.
Cricket.
John has, just to clarify, John has taken his motorcycle out of the plane, and they are both very far away. Like, they've gone over to
What
the
is
dude
John's dice pool defaulting?
for demolitions.
Yeah,
0.
Yeah,
you have one logic.
No, you can't. If you have 0 points in demolitions, you actually default 0.
Yeah. It's an undevelopable skill.
You can default on it.
You can't. Well, I'm not gonna do it with 8 dice, man. They can get a new plane, man.
It's a
I'm
very
just curious.
everyone's like waiting and listening just like to make sure that like nothing else is coming, and it's a very, very quiet evening. You hear like out there's like a slightly overgrown field out beyond the fence, and you can hear some crickets from over there, but it's a very quiet night as this person does not disarm the bomb.
Well, I mean, all they need to do is get it off the side of the plane. I don't really give a shit what happens to it after that.
Oh yeah. Then yeah, 2 successes is enough to like they make sure there's no like triggering devices for if
Sure.
it's pulled off. And they carefully, very, very, very fucking carefully, pick up the bomb, and they bring it over to fuck. Where do they bring this fucking bomb?
The water.
Yeah, they'll. Well, I mean, actually, the this airport is kind of inland. So they'll just they'll take it
Gently
like
place it on the ground.
they'll take it out into the field, and
Chuck it into the air, really high up.
they'll and eventually
It
there's
might
like
be kinetic sensor.
there's like some woods. They eventually it's like 15 minutes later. Like you just hear them running back after they place the bomb.
A dull whump sounds.
Yeah.
There's a mushroom cloud in the distance.
So like they come back in. Like people are ready for them. Like once they're in, they close the fence and lock it, and they just like release like a huge breath.
Like that
Excellent.
would make sense for them to like put a bomb with like a motion sensor on. Like,
Yeah.
oh, once the plane starts taking off, that's when it explodes. So if it's going faster than this person's walking speed, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were slow on the way out, but like once they were away from it, they booked it.
Yeah.
And we'll never know what actually triggers it.
So Rascal's going
Except
to
for me.
take it upon herself to interrogate the guy and tell this to the group. Like,
Oh yeah,
I'm going to
Killjoy's
be asking the
there.
questions.
I've got
Yeah.
faith in that.
Rascal's
like-
going to be asking the questions. Yeah. Did I say Killjoy? I meant Rascal.
I posted up a quick note. Do you want me to go and roll a matrix perception to make sure he's, I don't know, not strapped with suicide bombs? Before we all cluster around him for interrogation.
Well, I examined his armor.
Yeah, but Cyber, there are head bombs and shit.
Yeah.
That doesn't explode violently.
Yeah, but it will stop him from being interrogated.
Yeah, I say check him out.
All right.
Disable
So-
that puppy if you
Like,
can.
did he have any obvious suicide vests on underneath his vest while I was looking at it?
He didn't have a fucking bomb on his belly, no.
Yeah.
So here's a question for the group. John, you can keep doing what you're doing. If someone had a head bomb and they encountered the explosion of an EMP, would it disable the bomb or set it off?
Well,
So-
EMPs don't do anything
Excuse
in
me,
this
but
world.
John, I thought you said you were bad at matrix perception. I'm pretty sure you just got 5 hits and then 6.
Yeah. Yeah. John's pretty good at what he does sometimes.
He's good when it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
You
you,
found
uh,
a bomb. I think that matters.
That's fair.
You take a look at them. They are clean. You don't know if this is because they're awakened or they just don't like cyber. But yeah, they don't have any cyberware in them.
Do they have any comm links?
They have a comlink. It doesn't have any data on it. It's just a burner.
All right. Speaking of awakened, are the person we're escorting? They're magical, yeah.
Yeah,
Did we know that?
yeah, they are an adept.
Do we know that?
Yes.
Okay.
Like when she was chatting she would have mentioned it.
Well, I wasn't there, so
Uh,
Rascal wouldn't be able to suggest her overlooking to make sure this guy. Well, I guess it kind of defeat the purpose. No, while they're unconscious, I think it would be nice to take a look, see if this guy's magical at all. But
Okay.
again, Rascal can't suggest that.
And actually, adepts, unless they have the power, cannot astrally.
By the way, was Kirsch successful in anything she was looking for?
Okay, let me look at that. Yeah, you find there's they had like a couple grenades. Let's say two. One smoke grenade and one smoke thermal, and then one concussion grenade.
Sweet. Yeah, she's just gonna yank those. Yoink.
And then they have a silenced pistol. If
Probably
you want
nowhere near as good as mine.
if you want to take it, I'll look up exactly what it would be.
Yeah, Kirsch
Is it an
grabbed
Ares
that.
Predator V?
It is. It is. Yep, it's an Ares Lightfire 70.
All right, so this guy's not bombed. He's not. He may be magical, but that's not something we can tell right now. Rask is going to request that we get this guy like arms bound, strapped to a chair, upright. Obviously, he can't stand because Rask is going to interrogate them.
And Killjoy is going to uncloak for that process.
Yeah, they'll like there's the only building here is like a medium-sized hangar. Do you bring him in there?
I bring him away from the person we're protecting.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. While you're doing this, the security personnel are split up between being around Nadia and doing like a thorough sweep of the airplane again.
Wonderful. All right.
John is, before you interrogate, what John is going to do is he's going to ask Nadia if she feels that they have time to do a field interrogation.
We're not expected until tomorrow afternoon, so I suppose we have a few hours.
Alrighty then. While you're doing interrogation, John's going to fiddle about the hangar looking for a blowtorch and a few other instruments of pain.
And I'm going to keep this guy jammed just in case. So I have no
Jammed?
reason not to. Yes, a jammer.
Okay, I didn't know if you're just putting jelly on them or what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm going to slather him with jelly.
Hey,
Intimidation.
You want to put them off balance, that's a great way to do it.
And then I throw him off his rhythm.
I got
Pulls out a jar of jelly. You know what I'm going to do with this?
You want it? Go
Neither
get
do
it.
I.
Street smarts.
So okay.
By the way, you said that was an Ares Lightfire 70?
Yep, or 75.
Ooh, even better. John, like Kirsch, will ask if anybody wants an extra pistol, because if not...
Nope.
No?
I've already got
Alright.
2.
Alright. She will just pocket that for John for later.
Mine turn invisible.
All right. So, when does this guy wake up?
In an hour.
In an hour. All right.
And I will be there with you with a sword.
Sweet. So, I'm going to find some sort of table around here, some sort of platform which I can wheel around and set it between us. I'm going to sit in a chair across from him as he wakes up. I'm just a 11-year-old girl kicking her legs as she's playing a game, waiting for this guy to wake up. He comes to, and that's what he sees.
Okay. You just what? What the fuck?
Oh, hi!
And
You're
that's when
awake!
Killjoy's going to uncloak.
So, are you going to tell us who sent you and what you're doing here?
Like they take a second to like look around and realize where they are. This- I'm a professional. What do you think I am?
Is that a yes or a no?
That's a no.
All right,
She grins.
cold shot to the shoulder.
Oh, no.
The-
Rascal would insist that you let her do her methods beforehand.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Can John teamwork this with
Fine.
Rascal?
Yeah,
Can
I don't
be
think-
there to
just-
provide the physically imposing bonus.
The bear is there.
Yeah.
That too.
You guys, you might want to like let this happen because this is going to be strange. The guy says no. Rascal says, "Great. I was hoping you'd say that." She opens up her fanny pack and pulls out 3 bags, 4 pounds of rubber bands.
okay.
She then opens the bag. She whips out her phone and looks up a video.
Seeing
and-
that, Killjoy is going to like slowly put the sword down.
She's going
I'm
to look up a
interested.
video demonstrating the compactive power of rubber bands wound around various objects, mostly fruit, and how enough of them will slice them right in half. She's then going to take a single rubber band and wrap it around his head and say, "I've always wondered if this would work. This is going to be a great opportunity to find out."
John will chime in at this point and say, "Well, she did say we had a few hours."
So she's going to spend as long as it takes, and as long as she has rubber bands to continue doing this, winding them one by one around his head.
Like at first, like it's like, oh bullshit. Like, what the fuck would that do? And
Do you just like have like a playlist of this? On
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, it's like on a set, and it's like showing it to him.
but yeah, could you please make an interrogation roll?
Does this count as torture?
Yes.
Good, great. So
Okay.
I'm using perfume.
According to Shadowrun, torture always works. Or torture always adds to your die pool.
Can John teamwork this since he's sitting behind?
Torture is my specialty. Would you like to do a full math on what the bonuses are here?
I'm just there to add bonuses.
Yeah,
Okay.
John
What-
too.
Do you remember off the top of your head what page the thing is on?
Oh, golly. No.
It's in the tables.
Yeah, it's in the tables at the very end.
Yeah, 475.
Oh, it was almost there.
Whee!
Social modifiers. There we go. Da-da-da.
General and then intimidation.
All right. And then Neon, I'd like you to keep track of the total.
Absolutely. Hold on. Let me write up a number here. So right now I'm at 23 dice.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. They are an enemy. -4.
-4. Okay, so that's 19.
Character's desired result is harmful to the NPC. -3.
All right, so that's 16.
I'm also keeping track.
Business, no. Intimidation. Get a +2 for imposing.
I have a bear.
+3.
Yeah, there's also a bear standing by, so yeah, just allow that to do whatever it will.
Okay, add a +3 for imposing.
Yep.
Add +2 for outnumbering.
All right.
You're torturing.
+2, and are any of you just casually holding your weapons?
I've got a sword.
All right, and +2.
Does he have physical imposing?
He has, yes, so take a -1 for them being a little bit posing.
All right. So
it's
right now I've
plus
broken.
1, plus your street cred minus his street cred.
Their street cred is unknown to you, so I guess nothing.
Where's the +1 come from? Like I've did the
Plus
math and
1
it all
is
breaks.
total.
No, it all breaks even for me.
It was -7 from attitude and desired result. +6 for all of the things, and then +2 for imposing.
Plus imposing was +3.
Oh yeah, +3.
I did all the math as she was reading them off, and I got break even.
Let me redo my math.
Sure.
Hey, we'll just say even.
Oh
A
yeah,
dice is-
the extra -1 was physical imposing. So yeah, it's +1, not +2.
Okay, so +1 then.
All right, I'll say +1.
Are you forgetting the torture penalty or bonus?
No, I added that.
I'm talking to Nan.
No, I added everything as it was listed
So
off.
there were
There's only...
4 different intimidation bonuses.
Oh, okay.
The
All right, so
+3
24
and 3
dice.
+2s.
24 dice.
So +1 plus your street cred.
Right, and that's what I was adding. Street cred. Rascal has street cred of 3.
Huh.
Sweet.
+4 total. Whoa.
If you'd like, I could roll an intimidation teamwork test.
I think it's better if she does this alone, but if you'd like to.
I also
Oh.
have intimidation.
I mean, if you think it would help.
Also, let me make sure something.
Because any hits we get on a teamwork test, if you're leading, it's just additional dice for you to roll for intimidation.
I wonder.
I can give 5 dice.
I suppose you know what? Because she knows what it does, and she knows her gear better than I do. She would have been wearing her ballistic mask this whole time. So +2 to her limit for intimidation. What's the dice I'm getting? Plus what?
You're getting an extra 1 from me.
And 1 for me.
Sweet. And alrighty. So we're all good.
Yep.
10
John's
successes.
Yeah, John's
One
gonna
short
offer
of my
Killjoy a high five.
With the +2 limit?
It's the +2 limit would bump it up to 11. So 1 short.
Okay, there we go. And -3. They have to roll this perfectly. They didn't roll that perfectly.
6 net hits.
Woo!
So
Wow.
you're like on like the 15th rubber band, and they're like, okay, fuck it, okay, I'll talk, get it off me,
And these are just bog standard. She went like to Staples, got 4 pounds of rubber bands. These are just like the thin, spindly ones, but they build up.
There is maybe not 15, but there is a good
Yeah.
amount of rubber.
It's like good. Starting to feel a pressure. It's like
Like on another watermelon video.
Yeah.
Rascal. It's like, aw, okay. And then she like rolls the rubber bands collectively off his head. You know that's pulling his hair really badly as she does
Yeah.
it. She gets them off.
Ew. God.
Okay. What do you want to know?
Who sent you?
It was just a Johnson. It was we met at a bar. They told me my target. I went and did it. I don't know.
Oh, and Rascal will. I'm wondering if Rascal will let the team know. It's like they can ask questions too. It's like she looks to them. Like that's the main thing, isn't it? Who sent you?
They wanted to kill someone important. The Draco Foundation girl. That's who it was. They told me that the plane was going to be here, and that's it. You know the rest.
Someone from the Draco Foundation sent. Oh no, he's saying that he was sent to kill the Draco Foundation girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is just some runner.
Sounds like.
Are you
Describe the
alone?
Johnson to us. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Are you?
Yes. I'm a demolitions expert. They thought that they only hired me. They weren't expecting a fight.
What was
Yeah,
the bomb's
well,
trigger?
The bombs. I was going to activate it remotely once the plane was taking off.
Describe the Johnson to us.
They were old, a human, kind of pale, balding.
Accent?
If they had an American accent, yeah.
If nobody else is, I'm definitely patching Nadia into this.
Sure. I just realized that 2 of my dice for this, I think, came from the fame, but whatever.
Does Nadi have any questions for him?
1 second.
Does this guy recognize me?
How did they know we would be stopping here?
That's a good question.
I don't know. That was just the information that I
I'm
got.
not asking him.
Okay.
He wouldn't know.
So Nadia, Nadia was listening in through your conlink or whatever,
Mhm.
and she asked him, ask him if the man was. I think I know who that is. Ask him if the man was wearing any rings, any jewelry.
Rascal asks this.
Right. Like the guy thinks for a moment. It says, "I wasn't." Oh! I remember. At the end of the meeting, I shook his hand. Yeah, they had a. I didn't see what was on it, but it was like, it looked like one of those old signet rings, and then like Nadia goes quiet for a while. Yeah,
It was a
that's
signet ring. What did it have on it?
it was oh right. It was a it looked like a it looked like a snowflake.
Oh, what a special little snowflake.
And the Nadia goes quiet for a while. She says, I know who that is.
Well, that's good news.
Right. Kill him, please.
Wait, hold on. John will actually pipe in. Go, hold on. John's
While you're
gonna-
saying to hold on, I'm going to cut his head off.
Why?
What were you gonna ask?
Well, I was going
Johnson
to tell him.
outweighs the teammate.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask him if he wanted to barter for his freedom, I mean, we would have killed him anyway, but we would have gotten a bonus for it.
Or we could just search him.
You already did search him.
Yeah, I'm gonna just
Did we
check
search
his pockets for
Yeah, did we check
money
his-
specifically.
I mean, we could take his clothes.
Ruthenium. Eh?
Yeah.
He didn't have any like cred six on him now.
Eh.
But yeah. Once he's dead, Nadia comes over, seemingly unfazed by like the newly formed geyser of blood. And she says, that ring is a reference to Ghostwalker's old name. In the fourth world, he was known as Icewing.
Ice what? Cut out.
Icewing.
Icewing.
I'm gonna clean my sword on his jacket.
Fucking deviant art ass. Name. Sonic OC.
Yeah.
Jeez.
John's John's
then
just
he
going a
moved
little
on to Ghostwalker.
Yeah.
That's like DC level. It's not Sonic OC level.
I mean, to be fair, Dunkelzon is literally just Darktooth.
And it's got some gusto to it. Alright. Rascal is going to tell the bear not to eat the head. Which it is not. It was sniffing curiously.
Right.
Damn it.
Yeah, she like just shakes her head and I thought I suppose it was naive to think that they would let resources like this just pass them by.
Rascal is going to pack her rubber bands back into her fanny pack.
Alright, I'll like the one of her agents gives an all clear for the range. I'll have one of them clean up here. Get ready to take off.
We should definitely bring the RPC gear, just to sell it later.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that'll help. Like, John's just gonna be a little bit dejected and annoyed. He'll be like, God damn it.
I'm going to take his mask. Would that fit in a person smuggling compartment?
Mask? Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'll shove that in my stomach or whatever that is.
Fun fact, I actually have some interrogation drugs on me, but they do damage. And I'm pretty sure this guy would have just passed out after administering it.
Well, Kirsch got the grenades, John got the gun, Killjoy got the mask, so I guess if if Rascal really wants it, she can have his clothes.
I think Killjoy is slightly annoyed right now because she just invested in an RPC mask. How good
Yeah,
is
Rascal's... GM.
Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
it? How good is it?
Does RBC have ratings?
Yeah,
I thought it was
1
just.
to 4.
Oh yeah, it's rating 3. The whole
It's
kit and
worth
caboodle,
bringing.
the mask and everything else.
Yeah, Rascal's just upset that she didn't get to follow through with the experiment. It's like, well, I guess maybe next time.
The social
still there.
experiment.
Yeah, John's gonna like kind of sidle up and be like, "So you don't want to close?"
Rascal doesn't. It wouldn't fit Rascal. She's
While
tiny.
Killjoy's taking the mask off, after hearing that, Killjoy's going to just give the head to Rascal.
Ooh.
What a bunch of fucking sadists we are.
Rascal
Like-
holds it out at arm's length with the neck facing away.
Like, Like, John's gonna sit there and he's gonna be like, dude, I grew up in the fucking ghetto. Like, just stripping them down, that's normal, but what the fuck is this? I mean, come on. But yes. So John's also going to steal that guy's clothes.
Okay. So there's you just leave a naked decapitated man for one of those poor secret agents to
Sounds
clean
about
up.
normal for the Caribbean
Are
then.
you taking his underwear?
No, I'm just anything that looks valuable, mostly clothes.
What
Mostly-
level
He's
is his
not
underwear?
naked.
Yeah. Yeah, what armor is he wearing? Is it just like
It's
an
an
armored
armored jacket with RPC.
rating 3?
Yeah.
Nice.
Rating 3 RPC is worth 15k.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, it
5k
is.
each.
Guy, by the end of this, the plane's gonna be fucking filled with.
I know. Great.
The Zolars,
Yep.
not
Yep.
sharing.
You know,
This is what happens when you give us
We got a
time to
bear.
strip the body down. That's exactly what happens is we strip the body down.
I kind of like the
do we have
idea.
anybody? Well, yeah, we have a Decker. Do you have good hardware?
Yeah.
It would probably be not a good idea to bring a whole lot of stuff that we can't change ownership on.
No, I'm just
That
going to
could
sell it to
potentially
a
be
vendor.
traced to us.
I'm just going to vendor it. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
All right. You got a
kinda like-
contact in the Caribbean League?
I kind of like the idea of a Johnson. He's like, it's like, look, I'm not going to pay you, but where you're going, lots of valuable shit.
Yeah, whatever's not bolted down.
Yeah, just take it. I don't
Remember that Johnson that did that?
care. Well, that was
It's
different.
literally that?
No, that was the point of the mission. I'm saying like it's like, hey, I'm going to send you in to assassinate this head of security at like a cyberware depot. I don't like. I'm not going to pay you, but I'm giving you clearance to a
That was
place.
exactly the mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't we also do
different
that for the munitions factory?
Yeah, that's
We
what I'm
just
saying.
Stole
That's what I
bullets. But yeah, no, all this stuff is just like going into a duffel bag that's going to sit on the plane as they collect it, and he's just going to sell all of it like wholesale to one of his contacts who's going to disappear.
Just
He
keep
doesn't
it
even
next
care.
to the bear.
Yeah,
I like the idea of just like, you know how there's like storage wars and like buy this warehouse and whatever's in it. Do that with duffel bags. Like this is a duffel bag. We collected it's full of shit we got in a run that was like a month long. Buy whatever's in it. 100k, 200k.
you know,
One
as
of you should probably take the mask, actually.
if you want, you could shove it like I don't know into the same duffel bag that John's shoveling the pistol and the armor into.
Yeah, I
you
might as
want, you
well
can shove
keep my smuggling compartment open in case we need it for some reason.
So it's just a regular ballistic mask with RMC coding rating 3.
Fuse, I know what you mean, but
Mhm.
I don't think you should keep your smuggling part open.
The
Yeah.
mask having RPC doesn't even add anything. It just doesn't not let you use anything.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's a positive, and then it's not a negative.
All the RPCs, like that's $3,000 right there. That's an extra grand a piece.
The
Mhm.
only reason you need RPC on it is because it's larger than a heavy pistol.
Yep. Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, so that's all sitting in the bag right now. So right now we're looking at, well, I mean the pistol ain't worth shit, but we're looking at 1,000 extra a piece once we get around to hawk this loot. So anyway, let's all get back on the plane now that we've stripped this guy down into nothingness.
There's actually no benefit to having RPC on a mask more than writing 1.
Oh,
All right.
Well-
So I just like the fact. I just like the fact that I can do that.
Whoa. Whoa.
We zoom in.
Um.
Zoom enhance.
Boom.
In
All right, so you all get back on the plane, and
All right,
John
this
stores
time
the
I
bag
get
in
up
an overhead
in the...
compartment.
Huh?
John stores the bag in an overhead compartment.
mm-hmm.
It's like still dripping blood, but that's okay.
This time, Rascal, like, she prepares like a dish of food and some water down for the... well, maybe not water. A water dispensary for the bear, and comes up on... with the rest of the people. Pets the bear.
Make sure to clean that jacket if you plan on using it. It's
No,
got some blood on it.
that's okay.
And those pants have some holes in it.
That's okay. It's the streets, man. They'll buy it.
All right.
Lightly used.
Like if we go on a stealth mission, for whatever reason.
Just bring it to Goodwill and get it right off for your tax returns.
I
Yeah.
like someone tries to use those pants in the future. Someone's like, look, kneecaps.
Yes. Yes, that is exactly.
Like, shit.
Beautiful.
That is championship. Oh,
So
I
you
love it.
you take off,
Kneecaps are smaller than a heavy pistol. It doesn't give you a penalty.
and as soon as the wheels lift up off the tarmac, you keep going.
Blow up.
like there's a pause, and it's like, shit. Was there another bomb? There couldn't have been another bomb. I would have spotted the other bomb.
Well, it doesn't matter. It was remote detonation. We killed the guy.
But yeah, you rise out of Caribbean League and make your way into international waters.
That's a good
That
point.
part-
Did his
that
burner
exact-
phone have like detonate the bomb.exe on it?
Yeah, basically.
You know, at that particular juncture, like as they get into the air, John has a moment of realization, like, shit, we could have had that guy disable the bomb and kept the explosives. At which point, I am certain that would, like, he'd say that out loud right in front of Nadia.
Are you
I
sure
just-
you could verify that he didn't sabotage it?
Well, we were torturing him.
Yeah, can you verify that he wouldn't just make it boom? It's like either I blow up the ship because they didn't remove it, or they don't get what they're after.
Yeah, piss off the people who are about to torture you with rubber bands. Weird.
I have other arts and crafts, don't worry.
Fantastic. I love it.
You'd be surprised how many household objects can be useful to torture.
I get this, like, I love how this is definitely a conversation that's going on, like, around Nadia.
We're just casually having this conversation now that we're back on the plane.
Like
I'm invisible,
she
man.
is not at all phased. Like yeah, I once saw Quicksilver kill a guy with a pencil.
With a what?
A fucking pencil.
Oh,
it's
you
child's
should-
play.
I love
No
that movie
offense.
now. None taken. You should see what you can do with a tube of epoxy.
I can imagine, but probably not well enough.
Yep.
I prefer the more straightforward means.
Indeed. Ugh. By the way,
And-
John and his agent are definitely matrix perceptioning, because if there's a missile coming, now they know it's definitely going to be there.
Yeah,
I should probably reload
can
my
you give me flight?
A matrix perception?
Yep.
Sure.
More like
This is John,
Matrix. What?
and this is the agent.
Okay. So you see nothing. And eventually,
Perceptions.
no, just matrix perceptions. You wouldn't really be able to see much useful shit out of the plane windows.
Kirsch can matrix perception too, I just realized.
Wouldn't that be
Ultrasound
like-
would be very useful.
Like,
Kirsch doesn't see anything either.
Well, that's a comfort. Like, I can already see how that would go. It's like John would have a small panic attack because he's like, I don't think it did that very well. And the agent's going to be like, and Kirsch is going to be like,
And
John,
then the plane explodes.
yeah, it's like, John, don't worry. Not everyone is after you.
Boom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Game
and then
over.
Rascal comes from behind with a tube of epoxy.
Yeah.
I'll fix it.
That's nasty. Oh, gotta love it.
So the you make your way into Amazonian airspace. The actually this is a private jet. The like the cockpit is not sealed away from its passengers. So like the you hear the pilot like give their clearances and stuff. And like the person who's like manning it on the Amazonian side, they take a bit and then you're good to enter. So yeah, I keep forgetting the name of the capital. Is it still Rio?
Rio 911.
Yeah, we'll just assume that the capital of Amazon.
Rio City or Amazonia City.
Actually, it's nothing. A Google search can't. Capital,
So we're-
Manaus.
So
But,
we're
Go ahead.
we're only visiting the yellows, right? We're not bothering with the reds, and the greens already have what we want.
Yep.
All right.
So yeah, you come in for a landing at Manaus.
Manaus.
Um,
My nose.
And you touch down, and you're waiting for the clearance to deplane. When like the pilot said, like the pilot is like he's complaining about like a lot of like that like there's a lot of like chatter on the airwaves. And then like he shuts up for a second. He like gets kind of like concerned. He like starts listening in closer. Says he like looks towards Nadia. Says, I think there's a coup. And that's where we'll end it for tonight.
Aku!
Oh, that would have been great.
Oh no, the shape-shifting master of evil.
Yeah.
Did I say it right? A coup? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a coup. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
cool.
it's just that it happens to also sound like the antagonist from Samurai Jack.
Yeah, that is totally not intentional. I guarantee it. No, that is totally intentional. Let's be honest with it.
So yeah,
Aku
how did
just means evil in
Yeah.
Japanese.
how did y'all like the session?
It was a session. Rascal, you got to use rubber bands to interrogate someone.
We had
That's pretty
fun.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
going to
Yeah.
be really interesting seeing how we're going to fit Jarek into this.
Well, I mean, it's not like he doesn't have someone who was once Mexican. I mean,
This isn't Mexico, though. It's South America.
it's close.
This also
Gosh.
isn't Prime Run, as far as we know.
This also isn't where that person is currently being.
Yeah. Surprise! I,
think-
was on the plane the whole time. One
I-
of the
I would
security personnel
say-
just pulls off their armor.
I would say it would be interesting if we could introduce him as another like person who's trying to attack us, but then we
Then
do
we
the
kill
thing.
him.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. That's the downside of that.
No,
It's like,
that'd probably be a bad idea. Because then he'd
You
die.
can you can also you can tell how much love each dragon has gotten in the Shadowrun series by how new their picture is.
Ghostwalker.
I thought Sarug was dead.
No, he's just in he's in Great Dragon Jail.
Oh, because if I recall correctly, yeah, actually, he's the one who I remember telling you about that anti-dragon weapon from Street Lethal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that they used, that Azatlan used on Sarug, and then sent all the soldiers, every last soldier, ever.
Oh, I could have sworn that he was still alive.
Maybe, like, I don't know if they actually killed him or if they just forced him out of the city, because basically all he did was landed on the city and said, "Hey, guess what, bitches? I'm in charge now. Fuck you if you don't like it."
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
And also, Rumio
Well, that's-
Rumio always gets like an updated picture because Rumio was the first dragon to. It's like he's got his mug in every edition.
Yep.
Which one's
Yeah,
he?
that's good for us.
And
If
you
he's
got
dead,
Lockwood.
because that's
Oh, I
one
see.
less person opposing us.
I mean, he was in Dragon Jail. He wasn't allowed to vote.
Yeah, but he's still opposed.
Yeah.
What's up with New Guinea over there? Why is it all
New
red?
Guinea. Some fucked up shit happened in New Guinea. No one's allowed in New Guinea anymore.
Oh, do you know what's up with that red smear northeast of Rumio?
I don't
Kamchatka Island.
know. Just don't think about it.
I think about it. I think about it a lot right now. Also, a lung. Nice picture. Or loon, perhaps.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
It's the only picture that was available.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you were talking about how much love they got based on how updated the picture is. I'm like, looks like I was out of an actual tapestry.
Yeah.
That's more sass.
Ghostwalker's picture looks like it was from the previous incarnation.
Yeah, all of the black and white, all of all of the black and white ones were from first.
Nice.
What even? Oh man, poor.
And then
Schwarzkopf.
Hexaby and Renaubi are both fan drawing, and Kleinstein. Like they're all fan drawing. Find any official stuff.
Who are these?
Hexaby, Renaubi, and Kleinstein.
Renaubi? Okay.
Ronaby, however you pronounce it.
Oh, I see. But poor
Kaltenstein?
Schwarzkopf, though, up there. With like someone took a picture through a telescope at this picture.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Poor
Lothweir
Schwarzkopf.
is just looking at his picture portfolio, like, which one do I want to have represent me today?
I still think that stealing the Coca-Cola recipe from Loftwood would make a great run.
I think that stealing the Coca-Cola recipe from Lothweir would make a dead runner.
But everyone had fun, right?
Yeah.
No, this was terrible.
Yeah.
Okay. Any obvious mistakes that I made? Things I
Were you
Letting me
remembering
bring
to
up
give
air?
us -3 to perceiving that guy?
Oh no, I was taking that into account.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like it's just not fair because Kirsch has like let's see what sensors Kirsch has all at rating 4, so they're all
I'm going
pretty
to end the stream.
pretty good. Yeah.
Bye.
See y'all
Let's
next
see what-
time.
Yup.
Bye again.